These rare antiques from ancient China are worth a fortune and should be on display in a museum. But here they are, sitting in a restaurant in Keong Saik Road, owned by 53-year-old Singaporean Alwyn Tan. Born to hawker parents, Mr. Tan is the third of 7 children. His love affair with antiques began at the tender age of 8. Since then, he has amassed a collection of more than 100 pieces over 3 decades.
One day when I was in primary 2, at the age of 8, after my first history lesson on China, I recalled that the picture of Sanit Singh looks very familiar. So I ran home and asked my grandma. Surprisingly, it was found in the chicken pen which my grandma used to feed the chickens. So I told my grandma, "Grandma, it's a real insult to this modern day China's founding father. And I think he is somebody, he's great." So my grandma said, "All right, you get me another plate and change." And that plate, once it got into my possession, it has never left me. This bowl is from the Qing dynasty, which in today is about maybe 1,600 years. And this other bowl, which is a bit more earthen terracotta, is from the Western Han. So Qing and Han, the difference is only about 100-200 years apart. These 2 pieces actually came from the streets in Xi'an. I picked it up. I asked the peddler, the one who was selling, I said, "How much?" He just told me, "300 RMB." I quickly dig into my wallet, pay him the money, wrap it up, and I never look back. This bronzeware came from a collector in Chaozhou. I paid something like 200 yuan for this stamp cup. This cup with what they call 3-legged tripod cup. And when I got back, I brought to some antiquarians. They were telling me that this would have been a very valuable piece. This piece, I got it from Vientiane. It was said to be as late song, which is almost about 1,000 years. I saw this in one of the antique shops in Ho Chi Minh. It had a set of about 6 pieces. And evidently the shop owner does not know the history and the value. All they tell me was, it was from a shipwreck. At first sight, I snatched all 6 pieces without even bargaining. Whatever he asks, I just pay and go. That other piece is a Burmese jadeite, carved in the Qing dynasty. Like maybe, I wouldn't say very early Qing, they were like maybe mid-Qing. It should be in the region of about 250 years. When I saw that piece, my heart missed a bit. I said, I shall have to pawn something in exchange for this piece. And finally, after much negotiating, that piece came into my possession. This came from a shipwreck in Chaozhou, Laojia. It was said to be the Nan'ao cargo. And this Meiping is dated Ming era. So it would have been like 500 years, thereabout. And there were a pair. I snatch it at the first opportunity. Never bargain. Whatever price you ask, pay. And recently, this same collector who sold me offered to buy back at 10 times the price that I paid. These panels were made available when in 1995 there was this building along Telok Ayer. It was coming under the hammer. It was actually donning the shop house as their accountant's office. And the owner told me that this was made in the year 1904. It was not much. It was slightly over 15K. And I told the owners that by so letting me have it, he can be rest assured that it will be a piece of Singapore history to be enjoyed by the future generations.
Like most collectors, Alwyn is very reluctant to part with his precious collection.
All this serious collecting of 20 over years, discounting my foundation in my earlier years, not one single piece have left my ownership. I have had people who have offered me quite a tidy sum, but I said, above all, if you ask me, I love my antiques more than money.